Greetings, my name is Timothy Collinson. I'm the Faculty Librarian for Technology, and this video is going to take you through how you can take apart an assignment or your dissertation or even further research to analyze the concepts in it so that you can produce really good keywords to enable your searches to be the best that they can. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and hopefully you'll be able to see my PowerPoint slides. And what we've done is we've turned our piece of paper sideways, so it's in landscape format, and we've put the title of our assignment into the page there horizontally so that we can think about what's going on there. And we're looking, for this example, at the development of an electric bicycle for urban transportation. And of course, you could just type that into Google and you will get some results. You could even type it into our discovery service and you'll get some results. But I think you can do much better than that with a little bit of thought about what concepts you're actually searching for. So the first thing that might occur to us is we might search for electric bike as well as electric bicycle. And the other thing we might do is put that in quote marks so that it looks for that exact expression. So it's not just looking for electric somewhere in the article or the conference paper, but it's looking for electric bicycle or electric bike as exact phrases. And that's a trick you can use actually on Google and Google Scholar as well. It's the one form of punctuation that Google will allow. Then we might also begin to think about how electric bicycles work. We might think about batteries. We might think about electric motors, electric drives. Again, we could put those phrase searches in quotes if we wanted to. And the other thing you might have noticed is that rather than search for battery and batteries, I've actually searched for batter, and an asterisk will search for both of those in one go. You have to be a little bit careful with truncation, because if you truncate too early, you'll get lots of words that you don't want. So do be a little bit cautious with that. Thinking in a little bit more detail about the subject, we might think of e-bikes, and of course e-bike without a hyphen will be a completely different search to e-bike, so look out for that little wrinkle. Same with electronic commerce, e-commerce, that kind of thing. We might go on to thinking about electric motorbikes or scooters and that kind of thing, and again I've truncated those because I can get the plural forms as well. And then thinking more about the bottom line there and the transportation, we might think about transport or infrastructure and those kind of concepts. And for urban, we might think of city or cities. I'd be careful about truncating that because CIT asterisk will produce lots of results that you're probably not interested in. And we could think about perhaps the phrase urban areas and that kind of idea as well. And then over on the left-hand side, you can see that we might have areas that are not directly part of the concepts that we're looking for, but they might be aspects that we're interested in: regulations, marketing, health and safety, that kind of thing. So don't be shy of adding those to the little map that you're producing, or if you prefer just to do lists of keywords under concepts, do that as well. But you might want to think about different aspects that would be worth pursuing, perhaps in one chapter or perhaps as a thread running through your dissertation. And then we might think on the bottom left there about environment and sustainability. In the bottom right, we might be finding too much stuff on batteries or electric motors. So perhaps we want to narrow a topic down into electromechanical systems or something like that. And again, at the top, you can see there, I've come up with ideas like electric power assisted bicycles and other things as well. So do think about your keywords, and you might want to spend some time on this, beginning to kind of think about the concepts before you go anywhere near any actual search engines or databases that we might have in the library, because the more that you can think about what you actually need, the more it'll be easier to find really good, useful resources. So just as a quick overview, do think about alternative words that might be relevant. Lift and elevator, of course, the Americans use a different language sometimes, and of course they use a different spelling as well, so color with and without the U. Do note those tips that I've mentioned, such as truncation. Build, asterisk will search in most databases, but not in Google for build, building, buildings, that kind of thing. Do look out for punctuation such as hyphens, which Google will ignore, but many databases will treat as a separate search. You can use quote marks, as I've said, to search for phrases. You can use related keywords to find additional things that you might not have found with your initial words or the words that the lecturer gave you in your assignment. And if you're finding too much, don't forget you can narrow down and try and find things that are more specific. But if you're finding too little, you can broaden your search out and begin to try and find wider topics there. So I'm going to stop sharing there, and I'm going to encourage you to think about finding those really good keywords by having a little pause to analyze your topic and begin to see what you can find in that way. So all the best with your studies. Do get in touch with us if you've got any questions at all. Record.